Welcome to another Insiders Elite. Coming to you a little early this week. We've got some family commitments this week. My son's playing in a football carnival, so I wasn't going to be able to do Saturday. So rather than skip it, we thought we're super consistent. Let's bring it earlier in the week. We both had time in our schedules, so we made it happen. Thank you, Jamie, for that. Really appreciate it. So today's topic, proximity. Proximity is power. It's been brought up that time and time again by people all over the world. Jamie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, proximity is key. First of all, welcome everyone to the early edition of Insiders Elite, the live show. It's great to have everyone on board. Great to have everyone watching in, tuning in. No matter where you're tuning in from all over the world, it's absolutely outstanding to have you here with us, have you on our team. Proximity. Proximity is the key to everything. Being around those who help you to grow, who truly push you in all the best ways and for all the best reasons to actually help you grow. Look, there's many factors that go into business success. There's tons of them. But what I've found, and from working with thousands of people all over the world, right? I mean, I've coached in 37, 38 different countries. I've done thousands upon thousands of coaching calls. And the one thing that remained consistent is that high level, that group, that mastermind, that master think. I mean, Mick, you're a part of an absolutely amazing, incredible mastermind right now. Can you tell us, without giving too much detail away, but can you tell us the power of that proximity within that group?
Jamie, it's absolutely critical if you want to be successful in business that you surround yourself with people that are going to hold you to a higher standard, that are going to lift you up. And one of the added benefits of that, I suppose, is when you're around people like that, opportunities come up. There might be someone in the group who's super successful, who's one of the leaders in the group, and they might approach you to do some work together because there's a synergy, or you just, the world is your oyster. You just don't know what opportunities are going to arise. But if you're not in proximity to that group, they'll never know your talents. They'll never know that the opportunity exists, and that opportunity will never present itself because you're not there. You're not in proximity to these amazing people. And it's absolutely critical that you surround yourself with the right people. And if you want to be a millionaire, hang out with millionaires, because the chances are there's going to be an opportunity to make money that's going to come up, because that's what they talk about, and you can get involved in it. If you want to be a life coach, go hang out with life coaches, because chances are there's going to be opportunities for you to jump in and get involved and do things. It doesn't matter what it is you want to do. If you want to become a network marketer, go hang out with other network marketers and ask questions. And because again, there'll be opportunities that come up, and you are a network marketer and you want to take it to the next level, go find a group of network marketers that are operating at the next level and go hang out with them, add value. And it's not like, oh yeah, I know that guy and he's going to send me opportunities. You've got to show up and you've got to participate and you've got to add value always. It's something that's really, really one of my values, and it's one of Jamie's as well. That's why we do the show together, is because we want to add value. So when you go into a community or a group, or you're hanging out with these people that are playing at the next level and you want to be a part of that, add value, contribute, be a part of it. Don't just sit there and tag along for the ride and hope someone's going to give you a golden handshake. It doesn't work like that. The universe gives back what you put in. So if you put in, you'll get it back. So that's one of the key things. Proximity is critical.
No question about it whatsoever. And here's the thing. Look, we're not saying, cut off all your friends and cut off your family because they don't have those exact skills. We're not saying that at all. But when there's areas in your life, in your business, that you truly want to scale up, that you want to go ahead and make that massive freaking difference in, go find those people who have already done it. One of my former mentors, Tony Robbins, what did he used to always say? Success leaves clues. Well, I don't even know if Tony said that. Maybe it was someone else that said that. But the truth is success really does leave clues. Go find those people who have gone ahead, who have stepped up, whether it's mentorship or whatever. Great way to do it is surround yourself with those who are willing to, put in the time in you, willing to see the potential within you and help you rise up and step up. It's not about just hanging out. Let's go somewhere interesting here. Let's talk about drug dealing for a minute. Okay. Look, I can get a lot of needs met when I get into drug dealing, right? If I was a drug dealer, hey, I'm going to have my buddies, we're going to be hanging out, I'm going to be, in the same areas, a lot of people, maybe I can learn how to sell those drugs better on the corner, or I can do this, I can do that. There's that type of proximity, but there's also the type of proximity that's really going to truly help you grow. Now, if your aspiration is to go and be one of those drug dealers, great. I'd never suggest to go do that, but maybe that's what it is for you. What we're saying here is to go find those exceptional people. And it's not about judging the book by its cover. Myself, I ride motorcycle, right? And I've got a lot of great connections, a lot of great people who ride motorcycles. And some of these guys that I ride with, they're some of the toughest looking MFs that I've seen. But here's the thing, guess what? Those tough MFs, they're lawyers. They're brokers. They're investment bankers. You'd never know. You'd think, oh, it's just some ruffian freaking, motorcycle guy or something like that. That's not the truth of it at all, right? It's not just about seeing what these people are. It's about recognizing who they truly are behind all the facade. Because most of us, right? We wear a facade, right? We'll put on the suit. We'll put on this. We'll put on that. But just because you wear a suit doesn't necessarily mean you're that type of person, or you're within that proximity that I want to associate with. It's truly absolutely about finding those people that can help you raise up. And there's something amazing when you find those people. Here's the thing, we might think that, oh, well, no one wants to help me. Maybe I don't have anything to offer them. I'll tell you what, when you get to a certain level, when you scale up and you rise up to a certain level, you want to help those who are 1, 2, 3 chapters behind you. Again, it's one of the reasons, Mick, you and I, it's why we do this show, right? We want to help. We want to mentor. We want to share all the keys to success that we've experienced so that you can go out there and find that success for yourself. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. And I think it's actually, if you've learned some stuff, you're successful and you're, doing things, I think it's actually your obligation to pass it on, because I guarantee you didn't learn everything on your own. You picked things up from someone else here or there, whether you went and worked for someone, whether you might have learned a lot of lessons the hard way yourself, but you also would have learned things from people along the way. So it's your obligation to, again, share those and bring the people up beneath you and share that with those people that are 1 or 2, 3 chapters behind you. Jamie and I, we don't know everything. We're learning from people that are way more successful than us, because we want to be better and we want to be able to then move up and strive to achieve the things that we want to achieve in our life and our businesses. But then also we're sharing that knowledge with people that are 2 or 3 steps behind us and helping them to be successful in their businesses and their lives. And it's something that Jamie and I are both really passionate about, is helping others, which is why we started our businesses, is to help people succeed. Look, and that's part of it. And even being part of a good community or a good herd or a mastermind or something, there's people at different levels. You come into that mastermind and you might be at the bottom and you are completely mind blown. This environment is like next level. I don't know if I belong here. These people are way playing at a higher level than I am. Oh my God, you have all these things going on. As you get in there and you learn some things and you upgrade and they hold you to the highest standard and you get better and better, you find yourself in the middle of the pack. And then you look down and there's some new people there. Then it's your obligation to get in there and add value and contribute and help these people that are new and provide some assistance and feedback and do things that are going to add value to them. That's part of being that proximity. You have people that are better than you, that are not better than you, that are playing at a high level or that have the skills that you want, but you also have people that you need to help that have less skills and are playing at a lower level that you need to assist and help. That's the way it works. The information's yours. And your contribution is the rent you pay for it. Yeah. I love that. The rent you pay for it. This is gold. I think another one of those pieces of rent, though, is that when you are looking to get into the right proximity with the right people who have done it, it's going to be a little uncomfortable. I really believe it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Let's face it, there's going to be people that know a shit ton more than you do, right? It might even be a little intimidating. Oh my God, these people are 10 times, they're doing $1 billion deals. God, I've never done a $10 million deal. Never mind a $1 billion deal. But don't let that stop you. That's where you want to be. If you feel that it's like, oh, well, this is great, this is comfortable. I mean, Mick and I, we are constantly pushing each other.
we're both a part of some pretty amazing, pretty epic masterminds, 2 different masterminds and stuff, which is just, it's amazing. Different perspectives, different things. And what's really great about that is I'll share something with him. He'll share something with me. I'll be like, holy shit, I didn't know that. Like, wow, that's awesome. That's great. We're constantly pushing each other to grow. And is there times where it's uncomfortable? Yeah. Right. It's not just about being comfortable all the time. You've got to step the fuck out of that comfort zone in order for you to be able to grow and scale up. If all you're looking to do is stay in that place where, oh, everything's good, right? I'm snuggled up in my blanket here and everything's warm and comfortable and great. You're not growing. Right? As a matter of fact, I'm going to say you're dying. Right? You're in that phase where you're dying. It's like, right? You're over the top of the mountain. You're coming down the other side. We don't want to be doing that. We want to push ourselves. Right? We want to get to that place where we are uncomfortable, where we're having to step up and really, truly challenge ourselves to be able to do that. Proximity, being in proximity to those who have that knowledge is going to help you do that easily and efficiently. That's the biggest thing. If something's hard, if it feels uncomfortable, oh my God, go do it. Go stretch yourself. Go do something different.
Yeah, absolutely, Jamie. I know when I first joined Kerwin Ray's K2 Mastermind, which is a phenomenal place. I was uncomfortable as shit. I was like, whoa, These people are way more successful than me. What the? Whew, I am. I'm going to have to really step up my game to even feel like I belong here. And guess what happens of being in proximity? I had to step up my game. That's the consequence. I was overwhelmed. I felt like, holy moly, I'm not sure I belong. Mm-hmm. But guess what? I did, and it made me step up my game to another level, and it got me to where I am today. I can't stress enough. Like, it will be uncomfortable when you are a part of a mastermind or a group or a community that has the skills and tools that you want, that it is playing at a higher level than you currently are. It will be uncomfortable. It may even be a little scary.
Yeah.
But the consequence of facing your fear and stepping into that, and the result, more so than a consequence, is that you get the skills and tools, and then you do the upgrade, you level up, you play at another level, which brings you another level of success, happiness, freedom, whatever it is that you're chasing in your life. It is absolutely imperative that you lean in to that process, lean into the uncomfortableness, and run with it. One thing's for certain, it will be uncomfortable, and if it's not, you're not in a high enough mastermind, or you're not in proximity to the right people.
Hallelujah. I'm going to preach on that right now. Because I love that point. If you're not being stretched, if you're not growing, I seriously recommend take a look at that mastermind. Take a look at who you're associating yourself with. If these people are truly not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many steps ahead of you, if they're not doing those big deals that you aspire to do, if they don't have that under their belt, I would seriously look and say, hey, you know what? This is an opportunity for me to upgrade even further that proximity that I'm around, those people that are in my life, right? Those people that you're associating with, and most importantly, those people that you are learning from. Now, here's the thing. We talked about fear, right? I'm not going to turn this into a mindset show. I mean, Mick, you and I, mindset is second nature to us. We can talk freaking mindset and all that stuff all day long, like every single day. We just can't stop. We got enough about it. But here's the thing. We talked about fear, right? My God, it's fearful. What if that is just excitement? What if we're just mislabeling it? What if it's like, holy shit, I'm going to grow my business. Holy shit, this thing that I'm trying to label as fear is actually just all that built up anticipation and excitement for all the awesomeness that's now about to happen. Change the label of that. Again, we're not going to go into a big mindset show here. That's not what this is all about. But I'll tell you what, change the label of that feeling inside. It's the same biochemical reaction happening in your body. That fear, that thing that you're calling fear, it's the same exact reaction that happens when you feel excitement in your body. Those butterflies can be fear, butterflies can be excitement. The only difference is the label that we put on it. That is a big difference right there.
Share a quick story on that.
Yeah, please do.
It's not a mindset show, but so my wife, Simone, she was chatting to our kids, and our kids something big was coming up the next day, and they're like, oh, I'm so nervous, I'm so scared. And the exact same thing, Or are you excited? Or what do you mean? Well, how do you feel when you're excited? And the kids explained it, and it was identical feeling from being excited to being nervous or scared. So whenever they say they're really nervous, they go, oh, no, that's right, I'm excited. You know, absolutely unbelievable, just that relabel, how it can change your perception on what it is, because it is the exact same physiological reaction in your body.
Yeah, yeah. That is a really, really, really big point. Be careful. Be careful what you're letting in up here. Again, we're not going to make it a mindset show. It's not about mindset, right? This is all about proximity here, but be the guardian of that up there. Right? Don't just let it assign random meanings to something. Be consciously mindful and aware of the meanings that you're assigning to those things. Because I'll tell you what, this brings us into our third point here, right? You have to put a conscious effort forward. You talked a little bit about it earlier, Mick. It's like you don't just show up and just expect to, get this knowledge coming into you through reverse osmosis or anything like that. It doesn't happen. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. I mean, you being a part of K2 Elite, which is just, it's an amazing, absolutely amazing, awesome mastermind. Like, was it just all easy? Did you just sit back and do nothing? Is that how it worked?
No, it absolutely it doesn't. It is. If you don't do the work, you don't stay there long. That's for sure, because they hold you to the standard. You either do the work or you don't belong.
Yeah.
And you've got to do the work. And there's a difference. If you want to just cruise along for the ride, you could probably fly under the radar and sneak through, but you're not going to get the return. You're not going to get. It'll show up in the way you engage with people, in the way your results. When I cannot stress enough that I mentioned it earlier. Like, go in there, do the work, add some value, because that will then create the opportunities.
Yeah.
As soon as you take, I don't know how many times this has happened in my life, and I'm sure every single person who watches this show can vouch for this. But as soon as you decide something and take a step towards it, do the work, put the motion in, things start to happen.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is, but as soon as you step in that right direction or take that move or do something, things start to happen. And the same thing applies with proximity. As soon as you do the work and start to do things and move in that direction, things start to happen. That's when opportunities arise. That's when partnerships, JVs, that's when deals can be done. That's when just being in proximity can create opportunities for you in your life or business or whatever it is. It's just an unbelievable, I suppose, function of being in proximity. It's just one of the results of being in proximity, and you start to do the work, things happen around you.
Yeah, no question whatsoever. I think of that proximity as, I'm an older person here, not really that old, but old enough to remember back in the day, they used to have those shows. I can't remember if it was Knight Rider or one of those shows there, but they used to have the button, and it was the turbo boost button. Right. So they'd want to go faster. They'd be there and they'd be driving the car and they'd want the car to go faster. So what would they do? They would press the turbo boost button, or they'd put it into overdrive. Now, of course, we recognize those things. I mean, probably the closest thing would be giving it a shot of nitrous or something like that. But really, that proximity, that is your turbo boost. That's that extra force. That's that extra everything to get you moving further, faster forward towards your ultimate outcome. It's going to take effort to be there. The mastermind, the very, very, very high level mastermind that I've recently, I'm 98% of the way there. I can't talk a lot about it because there's some non-disclosure agreements and stuff that prevent me from talking about it. But really at this time, there is a buttload of work that has to be done. Right. And it was made very clear, like, look, if you don't think you can do this, or if you think you're just going to get a ride here, don't bother. Don't come to us. Yeah, you can learn stuff. We'll share some of our free stuff with you. But if you really want to step up to this truly elite mastermind, it's going to take a lot of work. I got that feeling, right? I got that little bit of, can I fit it all in? Can I do it? Do I have the time? And the answer was, fuck yes, I've got the time. Fuck yes, I'm going to make it happen, because it is working with one of the world's best. Now, that doesn't happen every day. How did this come about? It all came about from proximity. It all came about from being connected to the right people, from going through those experiences, from learning here, from learning there, from making those connections as we learned, right? That's really got to this place here. If I hadn't done that, If I hadn't allowed myself to grow, to stretch, to do all those things, I would have never been a Tony Robbins coach. I wouldn't know what I know. Mick, you and I would have never met. There's so many things that wouldn't have happened unless I really challenged myself like I did to get in proximity with those who have the knowledge, have the expertise to really help me grow. Now, it is a two-way street because I'm not just take. I want to give back. I want to provide information. This new relationship partnership that I'm entering into, it is going to be a lot of, share back and forth. There's going to be lots and lots and lots of pitching and catching, lots of sharing going back and forth. And that's probably what I'm the most excited about. Am I going to learn a lot? Yes, because it is from people who are working in those industries that are doing those billion-dollar deals. No shit. And I'm really excited about that because I'm going to learn a ton. $1 billion? Fuck, I'm nowhere close to that. Let's be dead honest here. I could brag and say, oh, yeah, that's $1 billion. No big. I'm nowhere even freaking close to that. But what am I doing? I'm getting in proximity with those people, those forces, those teams that are literally going to propel me forward. That's going to be a part of that turbo boost button. Do I have value to bring to them? Oh, you better believe I have value to bring to them. Right? It's things that they might not even have access to right now. And I'm really excited to be able to share that. But it is a reciprocal effect. And, one of the things is I have to get up to speed quick. There's an absolute ton of learning that I have to do. And there's a significant commitment between now and the end of October that I have to consume an absolute ton of information. Am I going to do it? Absolutely no question whatsoever. It's also about being uncommon among the uncommon. Look, Mick, you were working full time. Right, you were running. You had your own freaking business, right? You were a part owner in the business and all that, and yet you still made the time to take the action. You made the time to go above and beyond because you had the support of that team, being around those people that could really help you. How did that really change your journey and put you to where exactly you are right now?
Look, having the proximity of that team, that community around you, it not only does it want to lift you up, but they're there to catch you. They're there to support you. They're there to help you. They're there to they want the best for you too. It's not you're not in proximity to these people, and you're not there in a cutthroat. It's not the Apprentice TV show where you get axed if you don't perform. And people are there to support. They want you to be successful. That's the power of being in proximity with a good group of people. They want you to be successful. That's why they want to be around you as well. That's why they accept you into their community or their group or their network so that you can be successful too. And it's absolutely critical that because without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have been in the same position I am today. And no doubt I wouldn't be as happy as I am today because had that support there no matter what. And guess what? Because shit happens in life and business, and you have times where it's challenging. But if you've got a proximity to a good bunch of people, you can reach out and say, hey, I need some help with this. Any chance you can give me some of your time? And no doubt they will give it to you because they're in that community. They're in that group. You're in proximity to them. They want you to be successful. So they'll spare 15, 20 minutes. And again, the rent you pay on that is returning that favor. Someone else will reach out, and you need to be the one that goes, oh, I can help you with that. I can spare half an hour of my time for a conversation about my area of expertise. Could be anything. Could be someone wanting some trade information or someone wanting some coaching or business, or it doesn't matter. Whatever your expertise is, you add some value in that person when someone reaches out that needs that, because what you know is in your area of expertise seems like second nature to you, but to someone else, that's a whole nother world. I'm learning Facebook marketing at the moment, and I'm like, I don't even know how to set up Ads Manager. Holy crap. Trying to YouTube, reached out to some people. Hey, who's an expert in Facebook ads? Like, can someone just spare me 15 minutes to make sure I'm doing this right? Set me up to start. Yeah, too easy. People responded back to me. It's just having a good community and being able to reach out is a key part of that proximity. They've got you. They want you to be successful. So not only is it about learning stuff from them and being in proximity for opportunities, it's about having their support or their help or their guidance when you need it to keep you moving in the right direction.
No question. And here's the thing. It's not just about joining up or connecting up with any, I'm going to use the air quotes here, random mastermind or random connection. We've got to connect with people that have the same values, that have the same goals, and also maybe even have a similar mission to yours. Right. I mean, if Mick, let's make some fun here. If you were to join a knitting group, right, you're going to learn how to knit and this and that, and it's the knitting mastermind. Is that going to give you the support, the skills, the tools, and all that? We're not saying knitters are bad people, right? I know some amazing people who do that, right? But here's the thing: that's not the same. These people don't have the same goals. They don't have the same desires. They don't have the same outcomes. We want to align ourselves with those people who have those similar visions, those similar missions, and who share some of those same goals. Can that really make a massive difference? What do you think?
Absolutely, it can. Choosing the right group of people to be around is critical. The knitting mastermind would have been perfect for my nan, but not so much for me. Yeah. I couldn't think of anything worse. It'd be like trying to pull teeth. Yeah. But like you say, knitting's amazing for those who love it.
Yeah.
But look, it is absolutely critical that you choose the right group of people. They've got to have the right values and be heading in the same general mission and purpose. They don't have to be the same, but generally, like you want to help people, or you're in construction or whatever it is, just in the same general purpose and mission direction. So that you're learning from people and you're adding value to people that are heading in the same direction. Because if, like you say, if you use the knitting mastermind, if I'm sharing all my business skills with these knitting mastermind ladies, it is not adding any value to them because they just want to make jumpers for their grandkids.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the reality of it. So if I was teaching them how to make jumpers that change their design so that their grandkids would actually wear them and not just put them in the cupboard, that would be adding value to them. But sharing them business skills to help them grow a construction company is not going to add any value to, a 70-year-old nana in the knitting mastermind. So not only is it about what you can learn and in the right direction, it's about what you can add to that as well.
Yeah. What's great by connecting with those people that have the same and similar goals and have risen up. Hey, we've all heard the phrase, cream rises to the top. And that's really the truth. When we've associated ourselves with those people that are really truly there, one chapter ahead, 2 chapters ahead, whatever it is, this is when we're truly going to grow. We have to be vulnerable. We have to share, and we can't bullshit, right? If we're doing, we're doing only 30 grand a year, 50 grand a year, 250 grand a year, whatever that number is, if that's all that we're doing, then we have to be honest about that. Because the help that you're going to get versus coming in and say, yeah, I'm doing $5 million a year is going to be radically different than the help that you might need doing $250,000 or $20,000 a year, right? We've got to get in that right level. We've got to be prepared to be vulnerable, but surround ourselves with those exact same people who are on that same mission. Why? Because chances are they've done it. They've put in the work. They've put in the effort. Doesn't it make sense to get the shortcut to success? Isn't that really what that is? Right, that proximity, being around those people that have done it, that have got the experience, isn't that really a shortcut to success? Right? What do you think, Mick? Shortcut to success?
Absolutely, it is, Jamie. It is a shortcut to success. If you can condense 5 years, 10 years into 1 or 2 or 3, then my bloody oath, that's a shortcut to success. I often share with people, I'm going to condense 10 years of hard lessons into 1 for you. So shortcut that process. You could spend the next 10 years learning the same lessons, or you can learn them in a year from me, or you can learn them in a year from someone else. Find the people, like you say, it is a shortcut to success because it shortens the time to learn the skills you need. Instead of having to learn them the hard way by reading books, by studying, you can go and be in proximity and learn the skills and learn the tools from these people. And then not only that, and then it's the opportunities that come out of that where you get to add value and learn some new things or take on new ventures to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, no question whatsoever. Look for that, right? Be actively curious about what and where you can connect up with that proximity that's really going to help you out. Tony Robbins shares a story about he would get what he calls the kitchen cabinet. Right. And he would bring in all these big business people, businessmen, business ladies and stuff. Some people he was coaching, some people he just knew of, some were his friends. But these were big, high profile people. right? And he would get them. He'd get them in a little theater and stuff, and he'd basically get on stage, on the little stage. He'd share his plans, and they would rip it apart for him. Now, there's a big difference here, because they weren't ripping it apart in anger or saying he was stupid or anything like that. They were ripping it apart because they were giving him those better ways to do it. That proximity around those people who had gone ahead, done it, who had put in the effort, who had put in the time, what they're doing is they're giving him a massive gift. So proximity, and especially when we get into these masterminds and stuff, be okay to be vulnerable. Right, I'm going to be doing something here come the end of October where I'm going to have to share some of my stuff. And I've got a pretty darn good feeling it's going to get ripped apart. Is that scary? No, it's exciting. It's exciting, right? Do I have it all figured out? Am I the perfect guy for that? No, I'm pretty damn good at what I do. Make no mistake, right? I've done a lot of stuff, a lot of work, and there's always room for improvement. I hope it gets ripped apart. I hope it's like, okay, let's just totally take that apart. Not just to say, you're stupid, forget it, go home and never come again. It's not about that. A quality mastermind, a quality, being around those quality people, they're going to say, hey, take this down, don't use that, don't use that. Here's what you can do instead. And that's what I think I'm most excited about, right? Is it going to be, is it maybe going to hurt the ego? Sure, it's going to hurt anyone's ego, but put ego aside, because this isn't about ego. This is about growing, right? If you had two choices, no, I got to stick with my ego. I got to stay with my ego, or I can put my ego aside and radically grow the company and radically go get that success that I'm looking for. Which does it make sense to do? Me, every single day, I'm going to let that ego take a shit kicking. And I'm going to love it, and I'm going to eat it up, and I'm going to ask for more, because I'm going to be 10 times further ahead in my pursuits and everything, because I didn't choose to let that ego get in the way. I'm going to let those people who have that knowledge, who are really, truly there to help me, I'm going to listen. I'm going to have humility. I'm going to take all those things on. And then at the same time, I'm going to share, because that's my job. It's my job to contribute the knowledge that I've gained as well. It's a reciprocal effect.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I can share a tip, when you go into these masterminds, into these communities, when you're in proximity to these awesome people, instead of looking at it like, oh, wonder what opportunities I can get, straight away, what I do is I look and go, I wonder if I can create an opportunity. Who can I create an opportunity for in here? Who can I, there's a finance guy there. I wonder if I could get him into my community and see if we can get him some referrals, and he can talk about this and add some value to my community, and he'd get a heap of referrals out of that because he's really awesome. Oh, that's a great idea. I'm always looking for how I can get opportunities for other people. Yep. I'm not interested. Oh, I wonder if I could get any back end deal out of that. I'm not interested in that. But what if I could get him? I don't even think about it. But what if we could put forward, get a guest speaker on and talk about a particular topic, and then if they got then they would get some referrals or more business or generate some leads out of that for their business. That'd be really cool. And Jamie and I have talked about that heaps. Get on the show if you want to promote your business, and and you've got the same values as us. We'll vet you. We'll go through a bit of a process. We've got some questions to answer, and we go, yep, this guy's the right person for our business, for our show. We'll get him on, and if he gets people going over his way, then perfect. That's what we want. That's why we do. That's why we get people on the show. That's why we want, when you go into these communities and proximity, have a look. How can I create an opportunity for someone in this community?
Yep. It's the greatest question you can ask. How can I help? Right? How can I help? How can I make a difference? How can I make an impact? Look, again, it's coming back to some of the human needs, but that need of contribution. Right? When I go to these masterminds and stuff like that, something very different than, just selling my wares or something like that. It's a very different thing. Mastermind, right? I'm going there to share. I'm going there to get within proximity of those who I know with certainty can truly help me grow, that can help me level up. The very least that I could do is give something back. Right? Got lots of amazing skills, lots of great skills. I can stand on stage and speak. I can do whatever it takes. That stuff doesn't affect me, right? I'm glad to do it. Right? I love being able to do it. If I can give back in some mannerism of being able to do that, then I know that we've got a well-balanced symbiotic relationship. It's not just take. It's about take, reciprocate, right? As a matter of fact, if I can go reciprocate, take, that might even be the better part of it all. I love to be able to give. I love to be able to supply that absolute massive value, because I know with certainty that when I listen, when I pay attention, when I put in the effort and I surround myself with those who have similar or same goals, man, I'm going to grow. They're not my competition. They're not, oh my God, don't share anything with that person because they're in the same industry. Oh my God. Mick also works with business people. I can't share anything with, screw that, right? We are stronger together. We are so much stronger. What did Mick do the other day? He's got he's got such an amazing program coming out here. What did he do? He's like, hey man, take a look at this. Right, I made some tweaks to it. Take a look. I went through it. I gave some stuff, gave some really good stuff. And what was really cool, you got to hear this, right? This is this power of proximity in place right now. Literally, I'm not going to go woo-woo here, but I just get the downloads, right? I just get the ideas. I'm reading through what Mick sends. I'm like, holy shit, he needs to do this, or he could do this, he could do this. What was great about that? Please hear this. This is so important. What was great about that? I'm like, oh my God, I could literally implement the same process that I'm telling him about. I could put that into my programs too. It was a blessing. Him sharing that with me, him sharing his knowledge, his program, all that sort of stuff, just to have me have a look at it. It developed new ideas, of course, for him. Of course, I shared it. And it's like, I could probably do that too. It could probably provide massive value to my clients and all that. That's the power of proximity right there. When you give without that expectation of, needing to get something back.
Yeah, look, and I'm really grateful for the feedback too, Jamie, and the ideas. They were fantastic, and I've implemented those, and they are brilliant. And that's part of being in proximity. You have the opportunity and to leverage people, to get feedback, to get help, to also add value. And just by sharing that with Jamie, it's added value to him because he's got some ideas for his own program, because I had a different idea or a different view, and he's read something and went, oh, I could implement that too. I like that. And that's part of being in proximity. It's about adding value and about contributing to each other, to the community, to the herd, to the mastermind, or whatever it is, even if it's just one person, because Jamie and I aren't in a mastermind. We do this show together and we chat regularly, and we bounce things off each other, and we do that on purpose. I've got another guy similar. I don't do a show or anything with him, but he's a buddy in Colorado. We connect once a month and we bounce ideas and check in with each other. And he's quite transformational in energy and super fitness, and so he holds me to account in those sorts of things and adds value in that space. And he's developing his business, and I've got business skills, so I hold him to account on that and quiz him on that, and we just lift each other up in different areas of our lives.
Yep.
And I love it because he's got a completely different view on the world that I do, and he lives in a different country, different ideas, and it's fantastic because he says things and I'm like, hang on a minute, what was that? What do you do? Explain that again. How does that work? Just because it's something that's normal to him. And the same with Jamie. He's in Canada. It's a completely different way of looking at the world. We've got similar values, but different concepts. So it just expands your knowledge and broadens your horizon, and helps me to be a better business coach, a better mentor, a better person. And that's what being in proximity with good people does.
Yeah. It literally changes your life. I mean, in proximity, if you look at Mick and I mean, we're basically on opposite sides of the world. All right. He's in Australia. I'm here in Canada. It's like quite literally we're on opposite sides of the world. It's a freaking 13-hour flight, 13-hour straight flight to get there from here. But that doesn't stop us. And that doesn't have to stop you either. Right? The power of proximity, when you get into proximity with those people who have those different ideas, who will share, who will truly, honestly support you, and you in turn get to support them back, that is going to help you grow, help your business grow. It's going to make the most profound of impacts on you and your business.
Absolutely. And I think a challenge for anyone who watches this show today, if you don't have a community of people, or if you don't have, even if it's a small network of one or two people who are playing at a little bit higher level that are going to stretch you that little bit further, your homework is to go and identify 2 or 3 people, communities, groups that might serve your be in the right industry for you, or have similar values, or heading in the same direction you are. Because if you're not, you need to make sure that you are looking for that and being involved in those communities.
Yeah, it'll make an absolute world of difference. Right? Go find something, go find someone, be a mentor, create that proximity. Remember, it takes effort. It takes effort to get in that right proximity. Trust me, when you do, and I am speaking from absolute experience right in this moment, right? What's going on in my life. Trust me, when you get in that proximity, the impossible becomes possible. What's been opened up to me here right now, and I don't want to sound too needy with this, but really what's been opened up to me right now is just an incredible opportunity that I would have I would have never even thought was possible. But here we are right now, and I'm right in the midst of it here, and I'm pretty darn excited about it. Right. I hope the guys that I'm going to be working with, I hope they're not watching this here. They're going to get some added leverage with me here. But quite seriously, though, this is an amazing opportunity. That all came about because of proximity, because of the choices that I've made, because of the actions that I've taken. Most importantly, though, the people that have been around my life and been in my life.
Awesome. I think with that said, proximity is power. Go and connect with people that are playing at a higher level than you, or in the level you want to be at, and watch the world change for you. Thank you for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, go out there and find your community.
Absolutely. Go and do. We will catch you not next week, because we won't be around next week. We will catch you the week after, and we might even have a special guest for you. Until then, have an absolutely outstanding week. Go and do. We'll catch you soon.